I'm actually gonna go to Canada. What the fuck? Here's how I moved from the UK to Canada in less than 3 months. This video is for anyone who is considering a move to Canada. Friends and family who are most of my viewers, sorry, but this video might bore you a little bit, but please do watch because I need the views. But it's going to be a long one. I'm currently in Vancouver, Canada on an IEC Working Holiday Visa, which I have for 2 years. My plan right now is to hopefully stay as a permanent resident and then eventually get full citizenship. But I am at the beginning of the journey, and here's how I did it. So you might be wondering on how you can get over to Canada and start a new life in Canada. The best way to do it is through a working holiday visa. That working holiday visa is the IEC visa. The process is quite simple in the sense that they open pools and you apply to go in a pool, and then it's literally luck of the draw. You apply and it depends if you get picked. If you are picked, then you can apply for your visa. Now, it really is luck of the draw on whether or not you're going to get picked. However, don't panic too much because a lot of people get drawn to apply for a full visa, and the prospects are quite good for that. You just might have to wait a little while. For instance, the Facebook group that I joined, there were people in there who had been waiting to apply, who were still in the pool, but hadn't actually been drawn to apply since like 2019, 2020, and it is now 2022. Obviously, the pandemic didn't help in some instances, but yeah, that's kind of it. Some people can apply and not hear anything, other people can apply and hear things straight away, like me. So how did I do it? Well, I always wanted to move abroad, and then back in 2021, at the end of 2021, I seriously thought about moving to Canada, and we met with an immigration consultant who told us that the best thing to do was to enter the pools as soon as they opened. They opened on the 13th of January 2022, and I applied on that day. Now, the reason I didn't document this was because at that time I actually had COVID, so that was not on my mind to start filming and starting documenting the journey, which is why I'm doing it right now. But with COVID, me and my partner applied, and as part of that application, we had to put in details like our name and things like that. And then we applied and we just waited and hoped that we would get an invite. Now, all the research I did online said that it really was luck of the draw and that you could literally sit for ages and not hear an invite. However, I applied to go into the pool on the 13th of January, and then I got my invite to apply for my visa on the 24th of January. I was very, very lucky, but my partner was still waiting for an invite. So when you're invited to apply, there is a time limit. You have to accept the invitation, and then I think you've got 30 days to actually properly apply for your visa. As part of the application, you need to get a police report. I got it from this website, which is the official website. And I was a little bit worried because when I applied for it, I was thinking, oh my God, it's not gonna come in time. And I really wasn't expecting to have an invite already by now. And yeah, it was a bit of a panic. However, they were so quick. It came within 10 days. I paid for the normal service. I didn't pay for express service. It arrived in time and off I went. However, if you do apply for a police report and it doesn't come back in time and the days are getting shorter for when you need to properly apply, you can upload receipt of purchase of your police report to prove to the Canadian authority that you have applied, and eventually they will ask you for proof of that and proof of your certificate further down the line. I applied for my police report on the 26th of January and it did come within 10 days. So I applied for my visa on February the 4th, and the next day on February the 5th, I had a request to do my biometrics in London, and that is where I started documenting my application process. Well, good morning. It is February 7th and I am about to go to London to get my biometrics done for my application for the IEC visa for Canada. So I need to catch 2 trains because the train line in Wales is just not great at all. And it will take me into London Paddington, and then off I go to try and get my biometrics. I have to go to London because I'm in Wales and my nearest place to get my biometrics done for my visa application is in London. Are you ready for Canada? Are you sure, doll? You might need to get your biometrics done. Do you want your biometrics done? But before I go anywhere, gotta feed the cats. So I've just arrived at the train station now, about to catch my second train to head to London. So let's hope all goes smoothly and nothing goes wrong and I don't miss the train. I've arrived in London and I caught the tube, and the tube was an event because I had to work out exactly where I was going and how the tube line works. And then I was walking along and then I bumped into my friend. Finally got to the hotel. It's about 7 o'clock. Now to find my room and check in. So I just arrived at my Airbnb and I didn't realise when I booked it that it was actually a hotel. So I booked it on Airbnb and it looked really nice, and it really is really nice. It's small, but it's only me here, so that's fine. It's got a double bed and it's got a nice little sofa area for the morning so I can sit down, have a coffee. I'm staying in the area of Dalston. Now I've probably pronounced that wrong, but I'm staying in the area of Dalston because we are quite close to the Canadian visa place that I need to go to get my biometrics done. So yeah, it felt like a nice location to be in. So I think I'm gonna freshen up and then I'm gonna go for some food. So what do you need before going to the Canada Visa Application Centre? Well, when you're invited to apply for the IEC visa, you will apply and you will supply your police reports, and it will also ask you for biometrics. Now, when you do your application, before you do your biometrics, you just fill out the form and send it all off. You submit the form with all the information required, and then within 24 hours you will get another letter coming through on your profile, on your online profile, that will say, we request your biometrics. Like I say, there were a couple of things I had to print out and also take with me here to London before I can go to my biometrics appointment. You will need to take your passport or the form of identification that you use on your application. After submitting your IEC application, you will get a letter through, and you need to print this letter that is requesting the biometrics. And once you go to this website to book your biometrics, the Canada Visa Application Centre will send you a confirmation email. This email confirms your appointment, and make sure you don't ignore this email. This is because in the email it asks you to approve and confirm the date you are arriving, so they know you will be there. And also there is a letter attached which you will need to print out and take with you. Now, I had a minor panic because I didn't open this email and I got to my hotel and I realised I didn't have the letter, but thankfully the hotel was great and they printed it for me. All of these will have to be presented once you arrive at the Canada Visa Application Centre. Well, I think it's time for me to go to bed. I've got an early start tomorrow before I go to the Canada Visa Application Centre. Got to work out how to get there from my hotel. So I think I'm going to go to bed and wake up refreshed, living the London life. Good morning. It is now the 8th of February and I am getting up and I am getting ready to go to the Canada Visa Application Centre. I am about to enter the Canada Visa Application Centre. It is on 66 Wilson Street, and once you go in you can't film, so I won't be able to film the process, but I'll let you know what happens once I get out. So I've done my biometrics. It was actually a lot more straightforward than I thought it was going to be. I went in, I couldn't film inside. I went in, they took my fingerprints and they did my photo, and then I have to do nothing now. I just wait to hear back from Canada. So yeah, wait to see what happens. When you go in, you know, you give your form. I arrived 10 minutes early. They do advise that you arrive about 10 minutes early. I went in, did that, and then went upstairs to the second floor and sat in a little room, and then was called in to do the fingerprints and the photo. So yeah, great service, we'll wait and see what happens next. So getting around London, I highly recommend that you download the City Mappers app. It is so straightforward. You can just type in your tube stations or your buses or any mode of transport and it will get you there. So highly recommend downloading that so you can navigate how to get around and get to the Canada Visa Application Centre. Now that I've done what I came here to do, I'm going to be a tourist. I'm kind of obsessed with the Tower of London. There is literally so much history here in this tower, which is so old. And I knew it was old and I knew there was so much history, but I'm walking around, there is loads of history here. And it's crazy because the great thing about going to a castle and history is that you can walk where notable figures once walked and you can really picture it, but it's literally in the heart of the city and you stand here and you look around and see how big the castle is, and then you see the city stretching out around you, and it just really brings home what it would have been like and how different it is now. So modern, it's crazy, like, it's just crazy. Now there is a superstition attached to those ravens up there, and that is that they need to have at least 6 here on site at all times. If ever there are less than 6 or the ravens die or disappear or don't come back, then the crown and Britain will fall with it. So the ravens are here to symbolise the protection of Britain and the crown and royalty. The ravens also symbolise protecting the tower itself. So those little ravens up there, they're on watch. So London has been great. I've got my biometrics done and they've been sent off for my application, and we just wait to see if Canada will accept me. So now it's time to go home on this train.
And I need to do what I feel like doing. So let me go and just listen.
It is the 9th of February. I'm in work. I got home from London doing my biometrics yesterday, and I've just had my POE letter through from Canada. I'm going to Canada. I really want to shout right now, I want to scream, but like my work colleagues are going to hear me and I haven't actually told them. But oh my God, guys, I'm going to Canada. Your POE letter is your point of entry letter. This is confirmation that you have been approved for a working holiday visa, or the IEC visa, for Canada. So what happens is you travel to Canada, you present your letter, and then the officers there will just double check your application to confirm that you definitely are still eligible, and then you'll be granted your working holiday visa. Now you have 12 months to activate your POE, so it is February the 9th. So I've got 12 months from February the 9th to activate my POE. So now I've got to decide when to actually go to Canada. Now, what started as like a little dream, like, oh, I'm gonna move to Canada, find myself, start a new life. It's a dream come true. It's actually gonna happen. I'm actually gonna go to Canada. What the fuck? For somebody that applied right at the beginning of January to now be in February the 9th, already having my POE, confirmation I'm going to Canada, it's like, that happened so quickly, and I am blown away and I am amazed, but I am so excited and I'm scared and I'm terrified, but I am excited and I'm nervous at the same time. So I'm just gonna start talking about what I like, and here we go. We're going to Canada, bitch. Get ready. It is Thursday the 17th of February and I have a job interview later on tonight. So it is 12 p.m. Canadian time, which is when they will be interviewing me, and it's 8 p.m. UK time. So it's a bit weird to have an interview at 8 p.m. in the evening, but I'll go with it. This could be great to have and to line up, ready for going to Canada, and starting this new life in Vancouver. Everything just feels so real right now. It's quite overwhelming. But you know, I saw the job come up on the weekend, and I just thought, well, let's apply for it, and you know, just to get some experience and see what happens, really. And yeah, just be great to do a Canadian CV. That's the thing, see, in Canada, your CV has to be a little bit different to the UK. And I'll do a separate video for how to do your Canadian CV and how I wrote one up. But yeah, so I've sent my first one off and got my first job interview. So that's good. I'm excited, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I got the job. I'm going to Canada a lot sooner than I thought I was going to go to Canada. Like really soon. And it's settling in, it's hitting that I'm gonna be gone in like 3 weeks time. So basically my plan was to be invited, and then once I got my visa, I was gonna go around August or September time, so I had time to sort out the house, sort out my cats, sort out everything else. But now it is the end of February. I've got a job lined up for the 14th of March, so I go in 3 weeks time, and it's yeah, it's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's crazy. It's just like, I can't believe it's happening. I can't believe I'm going. Something I've always wanted, but now I'm like, do I want this? Is this what I'm wanting? Like, why did I apply? Like, are you sure? Are you sure, guys? But no, it's happening, and I've got a job, and I've spoken to the employer. I've signed the contracts. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the place is nice to work. Hopefully I'm not going to go over there and fall apart. Hopefully I'll go over there and thrive and survive, and it will be amazing. But yeah, it's happening. It's really happening. Originally, the plan was for me to go over to Vancouver, and then my partner, he would join me mid-April because he's got work until then, and then I would get 3 months work because I got my job lined up, and then he would join on to my visa. But great news, he just got invited to apply for the IEC visa, so that really helps, because now we don't need to worry about him waiting 3 months to get work. He can apply, fingers crossed, all shall be well, and he will get his point of entry letter and he can start working. Good for me, probably bad for him, because he was mentally prepared for 3 months of holiday. But that's not happening, is it, Val? Not happening. So now, when I go over, he comes over a bit later, and he will be coming over with Bali. So good luck to him. We know we're definitely going, and I'm going really soon. I'm going in less than a week's time, and James is coming a month after me now that he finally got his IEC visa, so he's ready to go. But now it's time to pack up the house that we own and sort out what we're going to take with us eventually, what I'm going to take with me, what James is going to take with him, and what we're going to leave behind. So yeah, packing up our whole life, and things are falling apart because there's loads of crap basically.
Are we taking this?
Yeah, 100% we're taking that. That is my selenite. So we'll have to find a place for that.
Well, what's the point in buying them again? So the door just went with a parcel. It better not be a fucking book.
Isn't it a book?
Oh no. This is the 4th box?
Yeah. And we've only just done the living room so far.
But it's not even done yet.
It's not even done. So all the books, chose my books that I'm going to take over and ship over. So they're upstairs with Sharpie pen written in there, like to keep Harry Potter books, etc, etc. We just took down some photo frames, which is sad. And we're going to take some frames over as well with us, just some, family photos and some, film memorabilia, etc. So when we finally get an apartment, we can have little personal touches on it then, which would be nice. I'm out of breath after taking those books upstairs. Well, that's it. I've just finished my last ever shift at the place I've spent almost 4 years working at. It's a weird feeling. It doesn't feel like the last day. I work in news. I worked in news. And yeah, I've already left once and then they brought me back freelance. Now I'm 100% leaving, so it's literally 100% real that I've left this place. I'm in the little underground car park after just leaving the new shiny building, saying bye to my colleagues. My immediate team I'll see again on Thursday for the last time, but it's the last time I'll be in this building and it's done. I've left the world of news. It's all getting very real now, isn't it? So it is Wednesday, and this time next week I will be on my second full day in Vancouver, which is crazy, but I'm still here in rainy Wales, and so I am getting all of my documents ready for when I land in Vancouver. So when you land, you've got to have all your details with you and your documents with you to get your actual visa granted to you at the immigration border. So I'm printing it all out right now. I've got a paper jam because of that little cat. You did this? You created a paper jam. Every time the printer goes off, Dolly just has to attack it. And he's attacked it as I was printing out my point of entry letter, and the paper's jammed. Fixed it. Dolly, don't you start. So when getting your documents ready for when you enter Canada, so you can go to the immigration border and you can get your point of entry letter turned into an actual visa, here are the documents you need when you enter Canada. First things first, very obvious, you will need your passport. You need to print out your point of entry letter, which you get as your acceptance to get into Canada once you finish the IEC application process and you've been approved. Now, the Canadian website says that you need a valid job offer and proof of that valid job offer. You don't need a job to arrive in Canada. They did do that temporarily during COVID, but now you can enter Canada on a working holiday visa and then get a job when you're settled there. You will have to prove your vaccination status, and you can do that by downloading the Arrive Can app and you upload your documents there. I'll also be using my NHS passport as well. And just as a precaution, I will be taking my little slip that was given to me when I got vaccinated that proves I've had 2 jabs and a booster. To arrive in Canada, you need at least 2,500 Canadian dollars to prove that you can live there and you have enough money to do so. So for me, I transferred some money into my Monzo account and I printed the bank statement, which confirms I not only have the 2,500 Canadian dollars, but I also have 2,500 UK pounds. So I printed that letter out, so you'll need to have a sufficient proof of funds too. You'll also need to prove your health insurance, and now it's quite hard to understand what needs to be included in that health insurance, but you definitely need something that will cover if you go to hospital, something that will cover you if you need to go and see a doctor, and also something that will cover you if you die. So the health insurance provider that I went to was True Traveller Insurance. It's a little confusing if you need the travel insurance and the health insurance, but True Traveller does cover everything, and I asked in the IEC group about this, so I've stuck with True Travel, and I'm hoping that that will actually get me in, so I'll keep you posted on that, but I'm pretty sure True Traveller Insurance will get you in. You'll also need a ticket for your departure from Canada or proof of sufficient funds to prove that you can leave Canada if needed, if you do not get accepted for whatever reason and you don't get your visa for whatever reason. And so obviously I've only booked a one-way ticket, and so I haven't got proof that I'm going to leave, but I've got the sufficient funds to prove that I have them if I need to book a flight out of there. And you will also need your copies of what you use to apply. So when you arrive in Canada, you also need to take with you the documents you use to apply for the IEC Working Holiday Visa. So of course that is your passport. It's also the passport type photograph you used. It's the police report. It's the thing like the family form as well, I'm assuming. So what you'll need to do is make sure you have that with you printed out and they can look through that if needed. Now I am off to Cardiff to get my express test fit to fly, my COVID antigen lateral flow test, and hopefully it will be negative. So I just got back from doing my COVID test and I am negative, which means I am fit to fly tomorrow, ready to go.
about to get my first connecting flight. First I go to Amsterdam, 2 hour wait in Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam to Vancouver. What a day. What a day. I can't believe it. I can't believe I am in an apartment in Vancouver, on the other side of the world from the UK, on my own. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've done it. I can't believe how brave I've been. I can't believe how quick the process has been. I can't believe that, you know, it just felt like the other day when I applied for my Working Holiday Visa and then got invited, and then I had my job interview, and now I'm here, starting my job next week, and I'm here in the apartment. I hope this video has been very helpful for you if you are considering a move from the UK or from anywhere else in the world to Canada. Here I am in Vancouver in my own apartment, and it happened so quickly for me. I was very fortunate, but I am so glad I did it. Don't worry, it is very scary. When you are applying, you might be thinking, what the hell am I doing? You might be doubting yourself, you might be worried, you might be feeling like you're sad about leaving people behind, but honestly, you will regret it if you don't move here. In life, you've got to take risks. You've got to go outside of your comfort zone, and you've got to go and do something and experience a new way of life and a new culture, and leave behind your home, your little city, your little town, and just really experience the world somewhere else. So honestly, if you do get invited to apply, don't waste it, and don't waste your point of entry letter. You have 12 months to activate that point of entry letter, and you should do it as soon as possible, and you should get over here, and you should really experience a new life here. On the 13th of January 2022, I applied to the pool. On the 24th of January, I got invited to apply for my visa. On the 5th of February, I got invited to do my biometrics. On the 8th of February, I completed my biometrics. And on the 9th of February, I got my point of entry letter. My circumstances were very quick. It is not always the case. You may be waiting a bit longer. My partner eventually got invited, and his application process was a lot slower than mine. I think what helped with mine was my invite was right at the beginning of the year, so it was a bit quieter. I was one of the first people to be picked out of the 2022 pool, but as the year goes on, more people get picked, so there are more applications to process. But please just do it. Please just move to Canada and experience that new life, and really just go out and do it. You won't regret it, and I am so happy I did it. I really do hope that this video has helped you. Please drop a like, a comment, a subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else you want clarified or you want to know. The reason I'm doing these videos is because when I was applying, I would have loved to have had these videos, and I did find some that really did help me, so I wanted to help contribute to that. Please, if you did like it, please let me know. Please let me know what else you want me to do and what else you want me to capture and film. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.